So some of you have been to my store will have noticed I've got bees in the window just above the store. What I have there is an observation hive, and judging by the things right now, with a rainy day yesterday and a pretty poor day the day before, we've got 3 days worth of orientation flights going on. But also, I believe we have a honey flow on right now. I'll show you what this Ulster observation hive is like. You can see it in the window there. Basically, what it is a nuke with a 5-frame, it's a 5-frame nuke. Basically what it is a 5-frame nuke with an observation frame above it. So above the 5-frame nuke is a queen excluder, and upstairs is a single frame. And that single frame, this looks a bit cloudy, I'll just try cleaning that. Single frame above the queen excluder. And right now I have the queen below the queen excluder and the rest of the nuke. But they're busy making up. They're actually capping the honey now. This is filled with honey. Just starting to be capped. And this is great for when you go on, have things like a craft fair or something like that. Then what you do is you prepare it by taking a frame with the queen on it and put her upstairs. Then they can see the queen laying eggs, and amongst other things. So this is an Ulster observation hive. One that's in pretty poor condition because I used to keep it outside for a while, so the doors are all warped and that sort of thing. But you see they're pretty busy. A lot of bees just circling around in front, but well, actually there is a lot of traffic going in and out as well, which would infer the honey flow continues. So the observation hive needs thinning down today. It is really full of bees and needs to have a frame of honey taken out, and I'll probably take a frame of brood out from inside as well, and just boost another hive with it. So this hive stays this full of bees, it will swarm. So just like managing a nuke that you're wanting to keep at a 5-frame nuke, this is a 6-frame nuke. It needs to be thinned down, and that's what we're going to do. Problem is, I don't want to fill the room up with bees, so I'm going to take the hive downstairs and outside, take it over to the bee yard, open it up, and change a few frames out. I also have to make sure bees don't come in the window while I'm out there. So just for now, we're closing the window. Moving it, bees and all, and entrance and all, outside. The other problem with this is it's freaking heavy. That poor honey. Okay. Out to the bee yard. Now, obviously this will disturb the bees a bit. A few will fly out. And that's okay, I closed the windows. So the only difficulty will be putting the bees back in the window without hundreds of them coming into the room. Ideally what we should set up is like a valve apparatus, so that when the bees go through a pipe outside, they just go through a little valve. And if you want to close the gate, you close the valve. And if you want to let them through, you open the valve. Sure, I'll find a few hives here that could do with a spare deep frame or two. So when I started this nuke, it was just 3 frames of bees. 2 frames of brood, 3 frames of bees, and the queen. A nice marked queen, so if I do her in the show, have her in a show of some sort, you can point out the queen very easily. People love to spot the queen in an observation hive. So first of all, I'll take this frame out. Just like any other hive, they propolize everything up. Now we know the queen isn't in this frame because there's a queen excluder. So we're simply going to pick this comb out and replace this one, because this is full of honey and bees. You can see the surplus population we've built up in this hive. So that is, I'm harvesting 6 pounds of honey from my observation hive. Just for now, we'll put it down here. So that honey and those bees are going to have a new home. Now we'll open up the rest. Good, no signs of queen cells there. Bees are going to be a bit ticked off because they're not, it's full of field bees. So I want to take out at least 1 frame of bees and brood, but make sure we leave our queen behind. Full of honey, but it's not heavy. It is absolutely packed with brood. Absolutely packed with sealed brood. This would be an excellent one to take out, because imagine the population in this hive if we didn't take this frame of cat brood out. Little bit of honey in the corners, a few drones, I do not see our queen, so this will also be a prime candidate to take out. Put them to one side. Full of open brood. And eggs. And what I'm delighted at is that I do not see queen cells. I thought I might have left it too late. I thought it might be in danger of swarming. So I've got these, every cell here has got eggs or young bees in it, young brood in it. Frame full of emerging brood. Again, no queen cells. Queen is busy putting eggs in those emerging, in those cells in the middle. What I'm doing is just looking for where the queen is, just to be 100% certain she's left behind. Then I'll choose the frames to take out and what I'm going to put in their place. And there's a queen. Boy, she's got a pink dot in the back, not conventional, but my word, doesn't she stand out. So a really good mark on a queen is excellent for an observation hive too. If you're trying to teach folks about bees, they always want to see the queen. So we know we've got the queen here. Got a frame of cat brood, emerging brood, cat brood, eggs, and a good frame of brood there. Let's see what we've got on this one. Don't want to leave them short of resources, so I'm taking that frame of honey out. Plenty of brood here. Some honey here. So this might be a good one to leave behind. So I'll leave this one behind. Double check the queen is where I want her, and I can see her here, so she's going back in there, because the next frame of emerging brood is the other one I'm taking out. So really trimming this population down. So I've got food, brood, brood. I'll put some space to grow into here. There's plenty of bees. Just remember, all these bees I'm taking out, half of them are field bees, and they're going to fly back to the hive. So I'm going to make sure that we give these bees plenty of room for expansion. Put foundation or partially built comb in there. So let's have a look for some foundation and partially built comb. Have a look in this super here. We know there's not going to be a worry about the queen because this is above the queen excluder. I'm pretty sure we'll find what we want in here. Frame of honey and partially built comb. This will go in here. They will move the honey upstairs, create that brood chamber downstairs. Not much of a honey flow on now. The comb building has really been grinding to a halt. These frames have been the same for quite a while. So this is going in here. Close up the hive. Want a nice frame for upstairs. I want to comb a bit more built than that. Really. I'm going to take what I can find. That'll be. It's going upstairs. Now here, a few frames of brood emerge of the queen excluded. So this hive is getting a real boost. Hopefully it'll make a bit of honey, because I've got 2 more frames of brood coming out in here and another 6 pounds of honey already in it. So we can get busy. If there is some sort of honey flow, they can take advantage. had a donation. Not that it needed it. We could have probably been better off putting it in a smaller hive, but I'm working on convenience here. Now my hive has had half its brood removed, most of its honey, a good deal of its honey removed, but they've still got plenty of time to build up, and I can always feed them when I need to. So we'll just strap that down and take it away. Not going to be doing much beekeeping today. This is all I'm doing today. As it happens, today is my birthday, and I'm going to go fishing. Not serious fishing, but maybe a bit of mackerel fishing in Stonington. Because I've got so much time. I've worked with bees so much. It's taking up all my fishing time. And while beekeeping takes up a lot of your time, it doesn't as adversely affect your fishing as kids do, but beekeeping is time consuming in the spring, probably in the time when you would want to do most of your fishing. So I'll do a little bit of mackerel fishing in the summer. Speaking of not much time, my garden didn't get very big. I've got a few things here covered with weeds, a few tomato plants, some onions, and the only reason I've got these is because one of my customers was so kind as they gave me some partially grown plants, and they picked up some nukes earlier this spring, and so that's virtually the only thing I have in my garden. Next year I'll make more time. I say that every year. Okay, now the bees where the observation hive should go are very confused. So I'm going to have to very quickly get the hive in the window and give the bees a way out, because there's going to be a few go into the room. They say this is not the ideal way to set it up, but it's going to work. I can get away with letting a few bees in my house or my barn. Most people, if they have the observation hive in their living room, would not get away with that. Too many in the house. Out here. They'll find their way out pretty quick. There's quite a few down there. So a lot more room to expand now. A lot fewer bees. But more bees are going to be coming. I'd say out of the bees that we took out of here, roughly 40% will come back. And that means this hive will certainly not be short of bees and field bees. And once the honey flow does come, which will probably not, my guess won't be until the goldenrod flow, they'll get busy again. Hopefully we'll see that change here. My plan is to have a few more observation hives, and I'll build them downstairs and put them in the wall there so some of my customers can have a good view of them. Because a lot of my customers are not just beekeeping customers, but they're honey customers as well. And they'd love to see inside a beehive without the risk. So what I'm going to do is kind of block the window here a bit. Hopefully most of those bees will find their way up to that window there. So that's it with the observation hive. I'm done with my beekeeping for today. The store's going to be closed. I'm going to see if I can't get a few mackerel for the barbecue this evening. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.